Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Blood Omen Legacy of Kain for the Sony PlayStation 1. In the last video, we made our way through Dark Eden, and we defeated 3 more members of the Circle of Nine. We defeated Bane, and we defeated Dejul, who I keep hearing as Dezul. No, it's Dejul. Those are the only ones that we personally defeated. Malice is also fallen, thanks to Vorador, whose assistance we called for in Dark Eden. And now 4 of the pillars of Nosgoth have been restored. If you press start and look to the far left side of the screen, any of the runes that are in brown, those are the pillars that you have restored. I found it weird that the bottom rune was brown and the rest weren't. Now I pretty much figured out how that worked. And now that we've taken care of business in Dark Eden, you're probably wondering where it is you need to go now. Well, there was that cave near Dark Eden that we couldn't really explore because there was a door in the way. Well, guess what? We can go to it now. And as soon as we go to it, we get a nice little cutscene of how dark this place is. And we end up right in front of that cave that I mentioned. So, let's go over there. And let's be careful, because there's no telling what we might run into. And since I've defeated 3 members of the Circle of Nine, I don't want to go through that ever again. Let's go ahead and go back through the save menu again and save our game. Because I do not want to do that ever again, as alright as it was. And now, we have this little area. Time to start setting things on fire. And it's a good thing I have the Chaos Armor equipped, because that will make things a little easier. And we can smash these things with the maces we want. It's not going to get us anything, but I might as well do it. We might as well go ahead and go on with that. And I might as well go ahead and go back to the... Actually, for this particular cave, I want to go back to the Iron Sword. It's a good thing I have the Chaos Armor still equipped, because that will help me a little bit. Even when I'm setting enemies on fire, enemies will get hits in, but sometimes it'll be their last and their most fatal. So now, we have this area to go through. And I don't know why you guys are doing this. You are all only hurting yourselves. I wanted to get health off of him. And him. And trying to hit this guy and it's not working. There we go. Took a lot of damage there. Thankful I didn't take much damage there. And I want to be careful going in here so I don't accidentally obscure the last of these things. And I'm going to have to move this out of my way. That's just great. That was weird, but managed to make it work. And now we have this little area. And all I can do is just run towards me. And I can just stand here and not take a whole lot of damage. Why did you do that? Well, that's the last hit you'll ever land. Once I get rid of the lot of you. And that's pretty much all that there is to this cave. Now we're going to go re-equip the flame sword because of everything that's around here. Let us go south and leave the cave. And as soon as we come back outside, we are going to have enemies trying to kill us, but that's alright. And I love how the Chaos Armor is making things just a little bit easier. Just making it a little bit easier to just get that last bit of damage in. And there is a beacon. Let's trigger it and go up to this. It's in rune language. I don't have the rune alphabet down and memorized. But what I can tell you is, or what I can figure out is, the moon is full. And to call death from, I think it's the sky. I'm guessing what this is saying is that you need to wait for this gate to open on a full moon. Yes, this is another full moon gate. And if you go through here, you'll get the lightning spell. Thankfully, we have the beacon activated, so we can do this later if we need to. And let's go get health and see what's up here. Ooh, there's another thing here.
Abernus consumed itself before my eyes.
Well, that's not good. We can fly there if we need to, but we're not in that much of a hurry. We can go forth from here if we need to, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to refill my health, and we're going to continue south a little bit. And you want to be very careful going through here. Thankfully, the flame sword will make quick work of all the zombies. And that's not what I wanted. Also, something that I didn't want are the trees. I do not want the trees at all. That is not a thing that I wish to deal with. And the game really loves throwing trees in your way at this point in the game. And I don't really need the... Well, now I will. I'm only cutting down the trees because I don't want them. And from here, I might as well go ahead and re-equip the flame sword and use it against these enemies. And from here, it's time to immolate everything. And the Chaos Armor did that. I still welcome it. Simply because it'll keep enemies off me for a little while and make getting rid of them a little easier at times. So I can make stuff like that happen. And there is the road to Abernus. At least they can't come back if they're fully vaporized. And more axes. And more trees. I wish the game did not do this. Like, just let these things hide secrets and nothing else. Don't use them as a means of blocking the path and making me spend seconds upon seconds switching between weapons. It just takes the player out of it. Especially when there's no such thing as a quick select in this game to begin with. And now I have to deal with this. And more trees. Wonderful. And we need to cut all these down. Switch the wolf form. Jump down, switch back to our regular form, and then go through here. Now, thankfully, there won't be enemies on the way to Abernus from here on in. And there's another beacon here. Kind of cool that they put another beacon close to where we were earlier, close to that gate, on the off chance that you want to get.
The gate of Abernus opened slowly before me, daring me to cross the threshold. Who was I to reject such an invitation?
Just to get the lightning spell, which is nice. And from here, I want to equip the flame sword again. At this point, I have the glitch for making a weapon show up for 1 frame on the start button menu down to somewhat of a science. And now we are in Abernus. And here's a save spire, which I actually am going to use because trees. Not secrets, not members of the Circle of Nine, trees. I do not want to cut all those trees down again. Ever. Why would you throw all those trees at me? And there are people here, but there are also soldiers. And they pack a punch. And I just set somebody on fire. Whoops. Might as well get rid of these people while I can, when I can. And why are you getting so close to the action here? Please don't, random villager. Oh. Last hit was through chaos armor. You lose. And I want to go through every door that I can. And get whatever things I can too. And get any meals that I can. Now, of course, whenever we enter a building and then leave, the enemies will reset, but I have no problem setting anybody on fire. Especially if they're dumb enough to get to do in their own demise with the hit to the chaos armor there. You have an axe. Nope, you have a sword. Usually it's the guys who have the axes who do that. I wanted to get his life force. And his. Since he was dumb enough to hit me with the sword there. Is there any... Well, there's Imploder. But there's nothing else. Let us go ahead. Look around a little bit. See what there is. There's an imploder here. And there's also 2 buildings. Of course, we can't go any further to the east because of the debris. And this isn't exactly where I want to go. And I didn't want to do that, but, well... Not yet. Not yet. That leads to more of the maze. Yes, we're in another maze, just like Coorhagen, I believe. And we're going to have to go through it if we want to continue our journey. Let's also break this. And there's a magic orb that I didn't need. Wonderful. And now I want to look. Okay, there is something up there. Let's go up there too. After taking care of the rabble. You're here. And you are dead. And I can't go anywhere here because of the pushcart. So, that leaves just this right here. Let's see what else is around here. Well, more spells. And some guy who I should have just let strike me so I could just make a meal out of him, but oh well. Still fun to burn everybody. And I'll just get away from these guys. And then we're going to go over to here. Alright. Now, the enemies here can't do much of anything now that they're dead. Well, they were already dead, but now they're going to die again. And now we need to go through here with the repel spell. And if you find yourself running into a dead end just out of nowhere, it's one of those shadow enemies. They'll try to smack you around, but you can smack them around back. And I want to use repel as I go through here. I'm about to say, I want to use repel through here so that way I can bounce any enemy spells back at my own opponents. And this is where I want to go. And of course you also want to go through here and take out the shadows before going through this door. We're running into easy enemies thus far, but something tells me that will change.
The city was paved in blood and flesh. Yet what would have appalled me in life only tempted me in death. Once I would have felt horror. Now, only hunger remained.
And I forgot that speech went on a little longer. And I want to take care of these guys before I trigger the next bit of dialogue.
Abernus lay in ruins before me. Whatever hand slaughtered its people ravaged the city as well.
What could possibly be around here? Uh-oh. That's a new one.
The beast paused for a moment, drooling in anticipation of the fine meal he saw before him. To his disappointment, he would not find me such easy prey.
Especially not when I have the repel spell. Might as well set them on fire. And avoid all that damage. Now, there are some places we can go to, such as McCulloch's Tavern. And what I believe is this building over here. And there are some guards. And I want to watch where I go from here. And just look around carefully. Oh boy. There's a lot of places to go around here. And why are you on top of me? Get off me! Why do some of the enemies do this? Get off me! Good grief! Anyway, there's a lot of places to go to around here. And he can't hit me like that while I'm directly in front of him. And I'm going to get zapped if I keep doing this. Come on. There we go. Can we go anywhere over here? No, we can't even go towards that. Well, this is a fine pickle that we're in. Let's see if we can go through here and find stuff. Something tells me we probably can. What do you lead to? Because you look like a room that I've already been to before. You know, there's a lot of ruins on the ground. And there's quite a few enemies trying to beat me up, too. And I couldn't tell if there were a ton of enemies anywhere around here. And, well, this doesn't look good. Well, at least he can't hit me. Not from here. What does this lead to? Oh dear, there's a lot of ways to get around here. And I'm not liking any of them. And I feel like I've been here before. And if you guys could stop doing that, that would be great. So it seems that this is a area with plenty of roots. But one leads to a bunch of secrets. And I don't want to go through all the routes, because I know of the one route that has all the secrets. And I want to take advantage of it. I just need to get back to that one building. And thankfully I was able to take care of that guy without getting zapped a whole bunch. Alright. Where am I now? We're back over there. And there are some guards here. Might as well set them ablaze. And thankfully I can just stand just off center from that guy and take him down. Of course the shades are still going to follow me. And believe it or not, this area here is where we need to go next. But that will have to wait until the next video. So, join me next time where I enter this specific building in front of me in mist form, find a whole bunch of secrets, and hopefully get out of Abernus, and maybe find Azimuth too. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!